At this time, I am going to announce our community spotlight for today, and I'm going to introduce the presenters. Today's community spotlight features the Dick Eardley Senior Center, and we have Denise Peterson, the Senior Center Program Coordinator, and Erica Harmon, the Senior Center Program Specialist, with us. And both Denise and Erica are Learn members, and they're certainly champions of the Learn Technology program and much more. And you heard Erica a few minutes ago talk about the Veterans program and recognition that's going to be taking place today at the Senior Center. So I'm going to just take a moment to read their bios and give you a little bit more insight into them as human beings, along with the great work that they do over at the Senior Center. Denise Peterson is the Senior Center Program Coordinator for the Boise Parks and Recreation through the city of Boise. She received her Bachelor of Science from Colorado State University in Wellness Program Management. And since moving to Boise in 1999, Denise has worked a variety of jobs at the Treasure Valley YMCA and at the Boise Parks and Recreation, assisting in youth and adult programs, special events, and aquatics management, as well as managing a marketing department. She has worked in the field of recreation for 25 years and has worked with the older adult population for the last 7 years. And then Erica Harmon. Erica is the program specialist at the Boise Senior Center. She graduated from the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. And she's been employed with the Boise Parks and Recreation since 2014, and in her current role since 2017. She's responsible for volunteer programs, communications and promotion, sponsor and partner opportunities, and event planning. And again, both Erica and Denise have such a special knack and passion for working with mature adults, and they leave no stones unturned when it comes to creating meaningful and impactful programs, partnerships, and engaging activities. And as Learn members, again, they support our mission, vision, purpose, and they are champions of Learn's technology pillar. So I'm proud to feature Denise and Erica and the Dick Eardley Senior Center in today's Learn Community Spotlight. I'm turning it over to Denise.
Thank you, Mary. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great. So I'm going to try and fit everything we do into 15 minutes, but tell you a little bit about what happens in this building. We are located on Robbins Road, so we are around the corner from the VA. We share an alley with St. Luke's Elks Rehab Hospital, so we're in the downtown Boise area. Next slide. And then we are the Dick Eardley Senior Center. Dick Eardley was a mayor. He was the longest serving mayor until he was surpassed by Veeder, and he was the champion of the Senior Center. He's the one that was able to get this facility built. At our center, we strive to improve the health and well-being of older adults. Anyone and everyone who can benefit from what we do is welcome to stop by and join us for classes, lunch, education, or just to be social and meet new people. And we want to help older members of our community be informed, inspired, or empowered. We don't have any membership fees. There's a lot of programs here that are free. You can spend the whole day here and not have to spend any money. We have some programs that are $2 drop-in fee, and then we have some activities that are a little higher priced just based on the program. Next slide. The facility was built in '79, and so for a long time the city just paid they paid a nonprofit organization to manage the programs in the facility. And this picture on the left is the Chat and Chew group. They have been here for many, many years, and a lot of the programs that were already happening just carried over when the management came to Parks and Rec. That organization retired in 2016, and then Parks and Rec took back over management, which is a trend across the country, Parks and Rec managing senior centers. And then when Mayor Eardley died in 2014, or he died in 2012. In 2014, we renamed the center to honor his legacy of building this center. Next slide. So we are a day use community center. It's a senior center. We don't have a set age. If you're an adult and you want to participate or be engaged in the things that we do, then you're welcome. There's a few things that have an age, but we're pretty much an adult center. So we have a lot of social activities, opportunities for people to come, not be sitting home alone, and engage with others. We have lots of games happening every day of the week, Monday through Friday. We have social groups that get together and work on their craft, like knitting, acrylics, arts and crafts, the book club, drumming, and the chat and chew group that I mentioned. And then we have fitness classes. So longevity stick, Fit and Fall Proof, which is a free program through Central District Health, gentle yoga, Tai Chi, and we have a walking track. We've identified a route through the building that is a 1/16 of a mile, and it gives people a place to walk without worrying about weather or tripping hazards outside. And then some other things, we have volunteers that help with, we serve lunch with Metro Meals on Wheels, and we have some volunteers that help with programs at lunch. We do a football pool during football season. We do Trivia Wednesday when it's not football season, and we have live music certain days of the month in the dining room. Next slide. So this picture is Longevity Stick, one of the classes that we offer. It's taught by volunteers. Our Tai Chi instructor is also a volunteer who's a professor at Boise State. So there's a lot of opportunities for volunteers or people in the community to come in and share their passion or share their talents with the seniors and teach something to continue that lifelong education. Next slide. This is gentle yoga. Gentle yoga, you don't have to get down on the floor. It's not chair yoga, but it's done in the chair or standing and adapted for everybody. Next slide. Card games, like I said, every day of the week, there's a different kind of game. This is a pinochle group, and sometimes like different senior centers, Eagle Senior Center will come over and join us for lunch and pinochle, or an assisted living facility. I know Heatherwood comes over a lot, and there's a couple others that bring a bus of people over to have lunch or participate in a specific program, health fair, things like that. Next slide. This is a craft. We had a volunteer come in and teach a macrame class. And so different things on the calendar each month. So check out our newsletter on our website, which I'll share at the end. Next slide. We also, like I said, people come in and teach different things. A volunteer, newly retired, wanted to teach seniors how to make birdhouses. So he cut all the pieces and then brought everything in, and the seniors were able to assemble them here. And in this picture, this gentleman's son came in to help him and participate with him. So like I said, everybody's welcome. If the adult child wants to come with them to help them feel comfortable, they're welcome on anything that we do. Next slide. You might recognize a Learn member in this picture. People share their talents and teach a class. This was a watercolor class that we did. Next slide. We also offer different services, health related or educational. So Ask the Doc is a doctor from the geriatric program at St. Al's who just comes in and does a question and answer. Housing 101 is real estate advice, legal counsel. We do a welcome tour once a month and show people around, but anytime they come in, we will offer that. Learn technology. I love to have them here all the time. We do blood pressure clinic, a volunteer teaches meditation, pet therapy comes once a month, and we have health and safety fair twice a year. Next slide. This is one of our health fairs, which Learn did participate in. In October, we host our own health and safety fair. And then in the spring, the Idaho Senior Living Council also hosts a health fair here. Next slide. Some of the other things we do, we have a lot of special events, which Erica has a big part of. We host different dances. Casino night is dinner, dancing, casino games, and a raffle. Autumn Jamboree and Holiday Hop are 4 to 6 p.m. live music, snacks, and a no-host bar. We celebrate the holidays, with Meals on Wheels. We do all the major holidays. There's a Thanksgiving and Christmas meal, something special for St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Veterans Day celebration. We work with some high school seniors to put on the senior prom here at the facility. I know Mary was involved with that last year. It's a lot of fun to have 30 high school kids bring their energy and host an event for older adults. Mother's and Father's Day or something else that we celebrate. And then we have a thrift and a craft store. So thrift store, clothing, household items, everything's donated, and the thrift store is completely volunteer run. So volunteers take in the donations, sort them, organize them. Volunteers work the cash register, stock the shelves, price the items. And then the craft boutique is all handmade items made by seniors who live in Idaho. They can sell in the craft store and they earn a commission on their sales. So it helps a little bit of supplemental income. Next slide. We sell this picture on the left is Radio Days. It is a group of local actors that put on a radio show. They just did Ozzie and Harriet, and they're coming back to do Burns and Gracie in December. So entertainment. And then on the right, we celebrated Senior Citizens Day in August, and it was a Western theme this year. That was a lunch celebration. Next slide. These are just some of the items that are for sale in the craft boutique. All handmade items, like I said. And then on November 18th, we're hosting a holiday bazaar. So craft vendors plus more. Well, it'll be a Saturday, the 18th, and it'll be a way to start your holiday shopping. Next slide. This is a picture of the holiday bazaar. Any vendors that's over 60 gets a discount on their table to help them afford that. And next slide. This is a Christmas lunch. We try and Santa often comes to visit at lunch. We do music and sing along. It's a lot of fun. And next slide. So I mentioned the thrift store and craft boutique. Those are two, thanks, Mary. Those are two areas where people can volunteer. They help in the dining room, serve coffee, and help out at lunch. They work at the front desk, greeting people and answering phones, or they can lead an education program. Next slide. One other volunteer opportunity for businesses or for individuals is called Serve Our Seniors. And so groups can come in and you can either be in the window and serve lunch, like plate the food for the seniors and engage that way. If we have a larger group, we also sometimes do Serve Our Seniors restaurant style. So instead of getting up and going to the window, the seniors can stay seated and we bring the food to them as a treat. And it's a good like team building. We've had like the IT department and another department here at the city come over and kind of get out of the office and do a little team building and serve lunch to the seniors. Next slide. We have lunch entertainment, live music a couple days a month. Next slide. This is one of our casino night events. So dancing. When we had senior prom this year, there were a lot of seniors who wore their Letterman's jackets from when they graduated. Even some local or Letterman sweaters, actually. That's very cute. The dances are just a great way for them to get out and socialize. Next slide. This is one of our costume contests. Next slide. Okay, two more programs that we host. Lifetime and Leisure is a field trip, day trip program. So we have Parks and Rec has vehicles and we use them to transport kids, but kids are in school for 9 months of the year. And so we use those vehicles to go on trips. So they come to the senior center and then get on a bus. They don't have to worry about where we're going, where to park, how to get a ticket, where the entrance is. They just come here, get on the bus. They can watch where we're driving. They can socialize with others while they're on the bus. And so we go all kinds of places. We go out to lunch. We do behind the scenes, museums. We went to a bee farm. We go out to Caldwell and do Indian Creek or a winery. So lots of different things. We've been doing this program since 2013, and a lot of people moved to Idaho and found their friend group through this program. And we usually offer at least 1 to 2 trips a week. Next slide. We also offer travel. It's something that seniors have come to us as somebody they trust and a resource. And so since 2015, we've been offering group travel. We work with Colette Travel right now, but I have 11 people going to Costa Rica in February. I sent a group of 6 to Greece last spring. And then these are some of the other trips that we have coming up. So groups from Boise join a larger group and travel either domestically or internationally. Next slide. We partner with a lot of people in this group or in the community. So Powerful Tools for Caregivers from Legacy Corps has, we host that in our facility. Next slide. We also work with Area Agency on Aging and have hosted the Living Well series. I think our next one comes up in February, Living Well with Chronic Pain, right, Erica? I think it's Living Well with Chronic Pain. They also do Living Well with Diabetes and some other classes. And next slide. When we reopened after the pandemic, we surveyed seniors and asked them about new programs. And I asked about intergenerational programs and got a pretty overwhelming no. But I keep bringing students into the facility, and it's been well received. So Boise State Service Learners, social work students come in and do one-on-one technology right now. This picture, actually, our student helped, I just forgot this senior's name. Our student helped him. He has a hearing aids and he has a microphone that's connected through his smartphone. Ken, thank you. He has this little microphone. So he was coming in and just kind of sitting and smiling and nodding, but not really engaging. And this student sat down with him and figured out that he didn't know how to turn the microphone on. So he worked with his smartphone, figured out how to turn on the microphone. And now when we go in and do announcements at lunch, or we have a speaker at lunch, we give them Ken's microphone and they clip it on and they can hear the presentation. And it's just like changed his whole demeanor now that he actually knows what's happening around him and he can participate in conversations. Boise State Nursing has done some community health projects in the building. Timberline puts on the senior prom, but they also come and do small groups where the high school kids talk to the seniors and just kind of share experiences and advice. And then One Stone is doing a senior project here. They're going to help with an upcoming dance. One Stone is a local high school. Next slide. One thing I didn't mention, last one, and then I'll stop, is welcoming widows. We started a widows group. A volunteer came in, a recent widow, and wanted to talk about, or wanted to kind of start a group. And it started with one meeting, and that meeting turned into, let's not meet once a month, but twice a month. So once a month they come in and socialize and support each other. And the other time of the month they come, we bring in a speaker to talk to the group about a topic relatable to them. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Erica, and she's going to talk about kind of how this group can get involved here.
So this picture that you're seeing is Mother's Day, and that's one of the opportunities that we have for people to be involved at the Senior Center is holiday sponsorship. Mother's Day, Father's Day, we've got 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. There's lots of opportunity, and what sponsorship looks like varies depending on the holiday. And I'm happy to provide any information on that. I'll put my email in the chat, and if you want to get in touch with me, feel free. I will send you a list of opportunities. One of the most common ways people are involved at the Senior Center is through a program we have called Treats at Lunchtime. And it's very basic. People come in right at lunchtime, they bring treats, and then they have an opportunity to walk around, share their treats, and engage with the people who are here having lunch. We average about 50 people at lunchtime each day now. We're expecting 100 plus next Thursday for Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving meal. That tends to be our best attended meal of the year, followed very closely by Christmas and then St. Patrick's Day. And so bringing treats on those days is always a lot of fun. And again, we can do sponsorship of holidays. We also offer advertising in our newsletter, which goes out every 2 months. We currently have close to 1,000 paper subscribers, over 1,000 email subscribers. We distribute it from our front desk to lots of people who are new to the area and just coming in for a tour. And we also have it on our website. So there's lots of ways to share your message in our newsletter. I can get you some rates for that if you'd like. And then dining room sponsorship is something that's become popular recently. We invite our dining room sponsors once each quarter to spend 2 weeks in our dining room, setting up an informational table similar to like an information fair. They can leave the table set up the whole time that they're sponsoring. And if you've got things that you would like us to refresh on the table, like informational brochures and swag, we're happy to do that. People can just leave their information under the tables and we'll make sure it stays refreshed. Denise mentioned that we've got some dances coming up. We have our Happy Holiday Hop in December, and we've got a sponsor for that. And so sponsors for our dances typically pay for the entertainment. That helps us keep our ticket prices really low, and ticket prices generally cover food. And then there's a no host bar that people can enjoy. One of our biggest events of the year is Casino Night Dinner and Dance, and we do a couple levels of sponsorship there. And then we are open to ideas. And so if there are other ways, and of course, you know, we're always open to hosting lunch and learns where people can come in and teach classes. We can get people scheduled to participate in specific programs such as the Welcoming Widows. And in fact, a lot of our Welcoming Widows guest speakers have come directly from this group. And thank you so much. For those who have participated, you've made such a difference to the folks who participate in Welcoming Widows, just sharing that important information. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to type my email into the chat bar. And if you would like information on any of those things, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Denise and Erica, thank you so much. You have so many wonderful things happening over there. And if anybody has questions for Denise or Erica, please put those in the chat.